Hey, I'm Dave. Welcome to Retro Fiction. Today I'd like to talk to you about Nintendo Power, the magazine that gave us all of our inspiration. For those of you who grew up in the 80s, if you played Nintendo games, or video games at all, even in the slightest, you've probably seen one or two issues of this magazine. But for me, I was a Nintendo guy. I had a few other systems, but regardless, Nintendo Power. This is more than just a magazine. If you grew up in my era, I was born in 1980. I'm 34 years old right now, as of the filming of this. This was everything. If you were into games, if you were into Nintendo, this was it. This is what we had. There was no internet, there was no cell phones or anything. You could call your friends. This was the be-all and end-all of our information. And that's why it is so special to us. And I mean us, as in the retro gaming community. That's why we do this on YouTube. Even though I'm this small in the YouTube community, I do it just because it's special to me. So this is an early issue of Nintendo Power. Ninja Gaiden on the cover, obviously. This is not a reprint, this is not a fake, this is not like some picture I printed out, this is an actual magazine. Even has the poster and everything in it still. These magazines were just so in-depth and so enthralling. You'd pour through all of the pages and just read everything. There wasn't a lot of text, there was a lot of pictures. It was very easy to read when you're younger. You know, I was probably around, what is this, 89 it says. So I was 9 years old when this came out. And I remember getting this in the mail. And this is what we had. I'll show you a couple more, and at the end of the video I'll maybe show you a couple pages or something like that. Nintendo Power also put out strategy guides. I'm not sure if they were the first ones to do it, but it's possible. This was obviously for Ninja Gaiden 2, and it's a complete walkthrough of the game with comics. Now what I liked about it is not only did it walk you through the game, Nintendo Power were not fools. When you got to the final acts of the game, it didn't give away everything. Not like the books do nowadays. For example, look at this. It's not a complete walkthrough. It's showing you basically what the last section of the game looks like. It doesn't show you how to do it. They decided to never give everything away. Which they don't do anymore nowadays. This next one is really, really special to me. Because to this day, I still remember living in Chi-Li Heights in Chi-Li, New York, and opening up those big, huge mailboxes that we had, and getting this issue. This was in the summertime. What is this? May, June. That's why. I was so excited to see it that as soon as I pulled it out of the mailbox, because my dad gave me the key to the mailbox to go grab the mail, I ran up the walkway, our sidewalk right in front of our building. I was so excited to see it because I just got the new issue. I put it down on the sidewalk. It was hot as hell out that day. And I thumbed through every single page. And by the time I brought the mail up to Dad, he's like, "Where'd you go? Were you out playing with your friends or something?" I was like, "No. I got the new Nintendo Power. I had to check out every page." I didn't read it, of course. I was kind of thumbing through it. So to this day, the cover of this magazine, when I look at it, it makes me think of sitting on a hot sidewalk with the sun blaring down on me and thumbing through it. And that's this issue right here for Super Seed. I loved this issue so much. For whatever reason, I don't know why, my dad was a manager of the apartment complex that we lived in at that time, and I took it up to him and I asked him if he could put it on the photocopier, which is black and white, and copy every page. I don't know why I did it. I don't think I ever did anything with it. I was just so excited to get this. I don't know why it wasn't my first issue, but there was something about it. And I'll never forget sitting on that hot sidewalk, thumbing through it, just seeing what was new. I mean, They were talking about Final Fantasy then. I didn't even know what that was. No one in the United States knew what an RPG was, besides maybe Dragon Warrior, but this was more in depth. So, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about this. If you didn't grow up in that era, well then this video is definitely not for you. Those of you who grew up in the 80s or 90s, you feel my pain. It's sad to see that stuff go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you can track down some of these for yourself. I gotta find the rest of them. I gotta get as many as I can. They're almost as important as these games back here, because those magazines and these games are tied together in an eternal bond. Anyways, I'm Dave for Retro Fiction, and I'll see you later.